my little haul from Art Bar in Quezon Avenue. So let me show you what I got. First, I saw this. Actually, there were a lot of budget-friendly notebooks that I saw, but this one I've been hearing a lot from social media, and I've been seeing it on National Bookstore's feed a lot as well. So this is the Veco Dotted Journal Notebook. Veco is a very popular Philippine brand of notebooks. I remember like before when I was in school, we would get either Veco, Cattleya, or Stradmore. Yeah, so this is a very popular brand, and the first impression I saw was like, it kind of looks like Muji. So I believe this was only like, yeah, it's only 105 pesos, which is roughly $2. The lines inside are really nice. I got the dotted one, and the pages are really soft. I really love them. So I am interested to see how this turns out because it is 100 GSM as well. Second, I got this set of clear stamps. I don't know where it's from. Oh, it's made in Taiwan. There were a lot of options that I wanted, but this one was, I think, the most apt because it is quite, the size is actually pretty good. There were ones that were like this big, and I didn't know if I really wanted it that big, considering my blocks are only like this big or like really tiny. So like here, but I have this on hand already, so this is a disclaimer, it's not part of the budget. Next, I got a set of Stabilo pen and a highlighter. So I actually have another highlighter. It's the Swing Cool. So it comes in a set of 3 for like 100 pesos, which is not bad. The other one is at home, so let me just show you. I've been meaning to get this because I really love this color, and this is so tiny and so cute. So you have this one, and then this one is actually just the ball pen. But again, it comes in that color, so we all love a little, you know, dose of peach. And lastly, I got this lettering stencil. It reminded me of my childhood because my mom and I would usually use these stencils for designing greeting cards or drawing. Back then, it wasn't really like, yeah, when was that? I was probably like less than 10 years old. So yeah, I decided to get this. So today's spread is gonna be really quick and simple. I'm just gonna be probably journaling something about travel. So let me just give you a close-up of those really nice dots. Honestly, this is a really great notebook also if you want to get into bullet journaling. You also want to do some hand lettering practice. I used to practice a lot on dotted notebooks like these, which are easy to tear off. And it's also great for planning in general, and like what I'm doing now, journaling, because it's spiral. So the thing about spiral, it's great to tear off, but I'm not sure if it can hold up if it's like it gets too thick. So that is my only concern, but if that's not your problem, then I don't think it should be a problem. I'm just gonna go in and add this pen, only because I think it won't work when I use the bulb. So I've debated like what pen I was supposed to get in Art Bar because there were so many options, but I was like, okay, let's just go with the regular pens. But yeah, I'm gonna include this Sailor Shikiori brush and fine. It's like dual tip brush pen. I mentioned in previous videos that I really love this pen, so we're gonna go ahead and use this for the stencil just because I wanted to, you know, sort of use a thicker one. If I use a ball pen, it will take me forever. So let me see. Probably the theme would be related to travel because this is the theme that I sort of went for. Oh, lastly, I forgot to mention, I got this ink pad. It's called VersaCraft. It's a very popular brand, but I have quite a lot of colors. I have like pink, green, periwinkle, gray, copper. So I decided to get this like sand color. I think it would be best because it's pretty neutral, and you know me, I'm not really into bright colors, so I think this would be a great and very versatile addition to my inks. I don't really have a lot of ink colors, mostly because I feel like I mostly use black. But recently I've been getting into lighter colors and still more neutral because I think it's the easiest way to pair things. And for me, when I do my lettering and my journaling and basically like creating a layout, I don't really focus on the stamp. It's sort of like an accent, so I don't want it to overpower rather the whole piece. So that's why I decided to just, you know, stick to the neutral colors. Okay, so let's see if I still have my stencil skills. Okay, so I'm just gonna trace over this. I actually like this because it also has like this, you know, like very airport-ish feel. I don't even know if I'm doing a good job, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, it has like this very industrial feel, which I think is really cool. It's actually so easy to use this with the brush pen. I have no idea how I did this when I was younger. I was so OC, like I wanted each, you know, I wanted it to be perfect, but now I think the more imperfect it is, the better it looks. See, it looks like it's stamped on, so it's pretty cute. So I actually just wrapped up a video earlier about travel journaling, so let me see what I want to work on in terms of this spread. Maybe whip up some travel goals in the next couple of years. Wow, this A is turning out to be really hard. There. Wow. Wait, getting OC here. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. See, this is the problem when you're like a lettering artist like me. I cannot stand it when it's not like put together. Okay. Travel. Let's go to V. I also did notice that there were still a lot of stencil pieces like this in Art Bar, which I love because yeah, it's very analog style and it's really nice to work with in journals. I remember also before we used to label our notebooks like this or our folders for school. So now it's getting, you know, an upgrade because it's being used for journaling like this one. Oh my gosh, what is happening to me? Anyway, whatever. Okay, so travel. And then since this is dual tip, I'm just gonna use the opposite one, the lighter tip, the thinner tip rather, to sort of just add some lines here on the left side. And I love how it sort of makes it a bit more 3D, really adds to the depth of the lettering, or stenciling rather, for this, in this case. So I try not to be too perfectionist when it comes to journaling. I don't know if you guys noticed, but because I didn't want it to be too limiting also, and honestly, the whole perfectionism thing is really hard when it comes to doing journals because you just, you know, sometimes you just make mistakes and you just gotta deal with it. Okay, so peeling off this one, and I'm just gonna put it here. And then, so the technique here is I don't put it the other way around. I put the ink here so I know if every single area is covered. And I'm actually pretty bad at this, just a fair warning. Like with all the skills, I'm really bad at stamping. It's my least favorite thing, but you know, I try, so. Okay, it's not that bad. So I'm gonna write goals there. I will also stamp some areas first so I could cover up the whole, like, I like to do this to sort of establish the layout of where I want my pieces to go at the same time where I want the text. Because sometimes I don't, most of the time I write a lot, but sometimes I don't. So with this, I'll be able to sort of figure out where I want to place the text and if I have additional stickers or additional things that I want to sort of integrate. So okay, so what I noticed about this, I don't know if it's the paper or the stamp, but it's sort of, when you put it on the paper, it actually like, it's still wet. It also dilutes, so I don't know if that's an issue. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks kind of wet, and I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but anyway. So just write goals here. And then using my pen, I'm going to write my travel goals. But before that, I'm just gonna sneak in some of my washies because it lacks that oomph. For the record, I looked at the washi tapes. There are some empty washi tapes available, but it's kind of hard to look for like travel themed ones in Art Bar, mostly because it does have mostly art materials and not really stationery. I think if you want to do stationery, you might as well go to Noteworthy, which is also owned by Art Bar and National Bookstore and Tar Books. So yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna add this. And by the way, I haven't swatched this yet, so we're gonna do that when I start writing. I actually haven't tested out this pen either. Let me see what the color is. Okay, it's a regular black, as you can see here. Nothing fancy. I think it's gonna be easy to write on here, so I'm just gonna start writing. Okay, so I'm done. Quick comment, I would say that this pen is actually kind of hard to write in because it's too slim. It's not like the usual pens that I have where the cylindrical shape is a bit thicker. So honestly, my hand sort of ached, and that's not normal. Second, the paper is really, really good. I'm not sure if yeah, it's actually very good. It doesn't bleed through that much. The highlighter is also very good. It works really well with this ball pen, so I'm not sure with other gel pens, but the color is really, really great. And yeah, so before we end, I just want to read my travel goals. So this time I decided to not really focus on the like making it a list, but more of, since I have the highlighter, I could highlight different parts of the layout. So let me just read it. Every year, I feel that my travel goals constantly change, mostly because I go to different places and my perspective changes a lot. This year, I've told myself to dedicate more time to just exploring and getting lost. Being too rigid with my plans is something I'm used to, so I want to let loose a little. I also want to explore new cities, mostly offbeat ones, and get a sense of their charm. Forget the mainstream ones, there's still so much more I want to see. Lastly, I want to spend more time alone doing nothing, not being glued to my phone or caught up in conversation. I just want to stay in that moment, soak it up, and enjoy it. By the way, last thing, yeah, so this one took quite a while to dry. It's dry now, but it sort of like messed up some parts. So my tip also is, I probably put too much ink, but I also didn't want to put less ink because it won't come out. So yeah, those are some of my thoughts. But overall, budgeting a budget journal entry is not bad. I like it. I actually like the whole. My favorite item from this haul would be this notebook, which I am very much eager to use in the next couple of months for probably work or doing some lettering practice, since I have not done lettering in a while. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to check out the end. The price is there, and make sure to watch all my journaling on a budget videos. I will link the playlist down below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for updates on lettering and journaling, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!